5 ships, 97 meters each. Built not for war, but for something far more dangerous. Because in the West Philippine Sea, the most decisive confrontations are not fought with missiles or fighter jets. They are fought with presence, endurance, and legal authority. Quietly, without dramatic press conferences or breaking news banners, the Philippine government has just taken a decisive step to expand the largest and most powerful class of vessels in the Philippine Coast Guard. 5 new 97-meter multi-role response vessels. And once again, Japan is at the center of the plan. But here is the real question. Why now? Why 5? And why does this move signal a fundamental shift in how the Philippines intends to control contested waters without firing a single shot? Stay until the end of this video, because what looks like a routine shipbuilding project is actually a strategic maneuver designed for gray zone conflict. The Department of Transportation has formally initiated the bidding process for the construction of 5 new 97-meter multi-role response vessels, or MRRVs, for the Philippine Coast Guard. An invitation to bid has already been issued to Mitsubishi Shipbuilding Company Limited, the Japanese shipbuilder that constructed the Coast Guard's 2 largest vessels to date, the Magbanua-class MRRVs. These ships are not theoretical. They are already deployed. They already patrol contested waters. They already escort Filipino fishermen and respond to disasters. This new acquisition falls under the Maritime Safety Capability Improvement Project Phase 3, or MSCIP Phase 3, financed through Japan's Official Development Assistance Program. Because of this ODA arrangement, participation is restricted exclusively to Japanese shipbuilders, and the procurement is conducted by invitation only. Defense observers, including Max Defense Philippines, expect that aside from Mitsubishi, the Department of Transportation may also invite Japan Marine United and Mitsui ENS, both of which were involved in earlier phases of the MSCIP program. At first glance, this looks simple. 5 more Coast Guard ships. Same design. Same partner. Same program. But this is not fleet expansion. This is maritime geometry. The Department of Transportation did not choose smaller patrol boats. It did not choose cheaper hulls. It did not choose speed. It chose endurance. 97 meters is not a random specification. It is the minimum size required to remain at sea for extended periods, operate helicopters, withstand heavy weather, and stay on station when smaller vessels are forced to withdraw. In contested waters, the ship that stays wins. The Magbanua-class MRRVs are the largest and most capable vessels in the Philippine Coast Guard fleet. They are designed for long-range patrols, helicopter operations, command and control missions, maritime law enforcement, search and rescue, humanitarian assistance and disaster response. But more importantly, they are designed for presence. Unlike Navy frigates, these ships operate under White Hull Doctrine. They enforce law. They assert jurisdiction. They document violations. In the gray zone environment of the West Philippine Sea, that distinction is everything. The most intense confrontations in the West Philippine Sea do not involve missiles. They involve Coast Guard vessels, maritime militia, civilian-flagged ships operating under state direction. In these encounters, a Navy warship can escalate a situation. A Coast Guard ship can stay. It can challenge without provoking war. It can enforce without crossing red lines. It can remain visible, persistent, and legally justified. This is why white hulls matter. And this is why adding 5 more large white hulls fundamentally changes the equation. Japan's involvement in this project is not accidental, and it is not charity. Through the MSCIP program, Japan has steadily modernized the Philippine Coast Guard's fleet, sensors, training, operational reach. By financing the ships and restricting construction to Japanese shipyards, Tokyo ensures quality control, interoperability, and long-term sustainment. Manila, in turn, receives modern platforms without straining its defense budget, while strengthening a partnership built on shared maritime interests. This is strategic alignment, quiet, deliberate, and long-term. Five ships may not sound dramatic, but in maritime operations, numbers create coverage. 5 additional 97-meter MRRVs allow continuous patrol rotations, simultaneous presence in multiple flashpoints, reduced wear on existing vessels, faster response to incidents at sea. This transforms the Coast Guard's posture from reactive to persistent. Presence deters illegal activity. Absence invites it. Choosing another batch of the same 97-meter design signals something deeper. Doctrinal maturity. Standardization reduces. Training time. Maintenance complexity. Spare parts costs. Operational friction. Crews rotate seamlessly. Commanders know their platforms intimately. Logistics become predictable. This is how professional maritime forces are built, not through patchwork fleets, but through consistency. Every additional large Coast Guard vessel is a statement. Not a speech. Not a press release. A physical presence at sea. These ships escort fishermen. They document intrusions. They assert jurisdiction. They do not fire missiles, but they do not retreat. In modern maritime competition, endurance often matters more than firepower. There will be no dramatic launch ceremonies broadcast worldwide. No missile tests. No supersonic flyovers. But ship by ship, hull by hull, the Philippine Coast Guard is becoming a credible, persistent maritime enforcement force, backed by Japan, aligned with partners, and increasingly comfortable operating in contested waters. This is how maritime power is built quietly and effectively. 5 new 97-meter MRRVs may not dominate headlines, but they will dominate patrol routes. They will dominate response timelines. And they will dominate presence where presence matters most. In the gray zones of the West Philippine Sea, white hulls are no longer symbolic. They are strategic. This is Pinoy Guard. And this is how maritime sovereignty is enforced. One ship at a time.